If you stop just for a second and you think where you are in life, can you answer yourself? If you stop just for a second and ask, where am I going in life? What is my dream? Where do I have my outcome? Can you answer? Hi, you have reached Citaso podcast. This time I'm going to do this in English. And we're going to talk about the things that we often not speak about. We're going to talk about the things that we really can answer. You know, if you get the question, where are you in life? And how do you want to have life? What are you dreaming about? What do you want to become? And if you can reach that outcome you want to have, where will you end up? You know, those questions that nobody thinks of, because life, in real life, is coming and catch you, and the stress tick in, and the imposter tick in, and you don't know if it's good enough or if it's bad enough. Yeah, that word, bad enough. Today, we are so stressed in society that the negative in life is gonna take us. Like this. A couple of weeks ago, I started school, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start school, so fun. I've dreamed of this for so long time. And I was so happy. I think it took a couple of hours when I reached school, and people were so negative. And I could really smell the fear of missing out, the fear of not doing what they are good at, the fear of being imposter. I could really smell the negative vibes all over the place. And this kept going and going and going and going. And some people in school, they really tried to be positive. One of the classes, they had the biggest opportunity to learn to know each other, and they have been laughing and they have been doing the things and they have had fun. But others, they get more and more negative, and they started to take this out of other people. They started to take it out of everybody else and themselves. Last week I said stop. I don't agree with this. I don't agree that people go and talk behind your back and people going and doing things like that. Because I believe that if we can share love, we also can share positivity, and we can share and help each other to do things we want to do. And when I said stop, people were even more afraid, because they were living in a world that was so negative that they don't know how to get out of it. I even get to hear a couple of weeks ago when I started school that I was that, creepy coach that always is positive. And the person who said it to me, it was like, you are going to hell because you are positive. And I was laughing to myself, and I said to myself, doesn't matter, I'm gonna stay positive. I'm gonna stay to be the one I have created, who I am satisfied to be. And then I start to think, if these people are so afraid and so negative, we have ended up in a world that is pretty sad. And I don't want to be a part of that, because I want to be a part of the solution, of the revolution, to become one of those who be standing on stage and talking about how you become positive, how you take away the fears. You're never going to take them away completely, because you're always going to have your fears. But how you become friends with your fears, and how you see your fears and you nurse them, how you take them and you do something of it. Or, as I say, with love. Have you ever come to that day when you have started to love somebody? and that person don't show love back, and you get sad because you don't get the response you want. Many people say that broken hearts is the worst thing you can have. But I say it is the opposite, because if you have a broken heart, you can use that feeling and you can build on that feeling. You can build to become the best you, on the best version of you can be. You can build on that feeling and you can become to love yourself instead. Use that feeling for the one you are in love with and take it to you. Go to sleep at night, and before you go to sleep you say, "Good night, best me." Because if I say good night, best me, and I love me, then I'm gonna get to sleep and I'm gonna have the solution that I really love me. It maybe not be that in the end, but if you do that so many times, you're gonna start to believe yourself. Do the same in the morning. Go up and say, "Good morning, best me," and you know, I love me. And when the day comes that you really start to love yourself, you start to see that you are just perfect as you are. You're gonna feel a warm feeling inside you. You're gonna be the best version of you can ever be. It's a lot of training to do that. It's a lot of motions to do this. But when you start to communicate in love, you also start to communicate with yourself. And that day you can start to communicate with the rest of the world. Yeah, we're always gonna go back to be the negative persons, but we have to do the practice of being the positive person we want to be. We have to do the practice to always take one more step and one more step. For you see, you have a story to tell, and that story is your life. You have the story to tell what you want to do, what you want to become, but also what you have done before. I have a story to tell, and my story is to tell you that I do love you, no matter what. I do love you, because you are just what you're gonna be, just what you want to be. Because right now, here in this place, right now when you listen to this, you are exactly where you want to be. If you are satisfied with that, I just hooray you for that. But if you're not satisfied with that, you have to go out and see and look around and see what you can do to become the version of you want to be. You see, I have traveled far to get where I am today, and it has taken a tremendous lot of hours to be this, to do this, and to believe in myself. And the day came when I really did believe in myself. The day when I saw that everybody that I follow, like Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, and also a guy who is really terrific from Australia called Brody Lee, I have seen and I've listened to them and I've heard them and I have taken everything they can teach me. And I have really gone out there and practiced. But I also listen to myself and my heart. And I have a story to tell. And this story is so amazing that I know that I can help you to become the version of you want to be. I have a story to tell because my story is going to tell you that no matter how much time you put in yourself, no matter how much time you put together so you can become the version of you want to be, you're going to do it with love. Because in the end of the day, when you go to bed, you have to feel the joy to be satisfied to go up in the morning. Because next morning when you go up and you tell yourself that you love you, you're going to feel amazing. And when that day comes, you're going to feel a feeling that you never can express. You're always going to have days when you're going back and say, oh, not today. But then you take yourself and you push yourself so hard that you feel the feeling of love again. And you say to yourself, I love me. And that day is near. And that day we're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate so much that we can't do anything else than celebrate. We continue to do what we're doing. We continue to be what we want to be. But we're always going to have the feeling that we're going to be the better us than we were yesterday. So go out there and try to take every positive you can feel and you can see and you can hear. And try to stop the negative in your life and be the best version of yourself. And go out there and say, I love me. Because if I love me, I have the communication to myself, so I can communicate to others. And go out there and become the best version of yourself. You have listened to Sitta Sue podcast, and we see each other soon again, and we hear each other soon again. Bye bye for now.